Is the camera even off-centered? I cannot fucking tell. Anyways, question is, do I want to play this music or play something else? I'm sitting here trying to think of what to do. Well, other than the obvious, shit, there's so many things I have to. Oh my gosh, I wish I had like more storages again. I also need to clear out a lot of these things. I'm sitting here debating. Maybe I shouldn't have streamed yet because right now I kind of need to use the restroom. Let me make sure everything's fine. I do not want that on display. What is it showing? Hopefully I didn't put the wrong video. Okay, it's the right one. I do need to... I'm debating about this music in the background. I might want to play something else, but the question is what? I need to take a... I might need to use the restroom. I will be right back, I guess. What does this text say? Oh, that's for that. Motherfucker. Okay, like the moment I left, it decided to show me like the connection is shit now. For obvious reasons. Hi! What am I doing? Good question. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. Well, other than me farming, I'm debating about what... Well, I'll stick with the PSO2 music, I guess. Or NGS music. Specifically, we're on NGS to level. And I have 3 characters to try to level. One of them is not even at the level 60 mark yet. What else do I need to do? What the heck is this? It is tangled up. Holy. How did I get this tangled up? Turn this off, hopefully. No data. That's not good. Please fix yourself. What is YouTube saying? This monster might be the death of me. Oh yeah, Return is a good place to farm now, isn't it? Nope, nope. Give me my things. I don't think I earned anything from here. I'm thinking about it. Shit. I think the reset for this kicked in already. I should have done this last night. Wait, it said 2. Oh well. Might as well do this daily, get that out of the way, then go into Resim and try to farm those higher areas, unless I'm not at the specific level yet. Hey there, Sil, how you doing? Nice shades. Yeah, it's well, I'm decided to wear it just because for some reason when I have this light on, as you can see, like my glasses are, you can see my eyes, it's just that my glasses tend to reflect the light, so it's like I might as well have this on. Wow, no one's in this area except one person. Alright, I might as well do it. But yeah, how you doing? Meanwhile, I guess I'll get back into this, granted that I'm not gonna try to be hardcore about it, but like right now, this character is not using the highest equipment that I got. It's pretty much the past equipment that I had before the grade 6 and 7 gear popped up. Granted that there's only like, well, they will add like 7-star units eventually, I think, but not only that, I feel like with the new content too, they're gonna add more, they're gonna add the higher rarities, most likely, maybe 8 stars and 9 stars, so I've been debating about like trying to upgrade my equipment.
Trial start.
Oh, thinking about it too, the event is done, so these weapons that I'm using, it's not the best either. And I just got hit.
Success.
Oh, there's only one other person with me. Oh well, whatever. Note that I am playing on JP. Yeah, maybe I should have. Did I put that in my settings? Maybe, hopefully. Oh, mining rigs are a good thing too. I have not done Kavaris mining rig. I am curious about how those play out. And I apologize if the stream is shit. Let me know if anything's too loud so I can toy around with the audio settings. If everything's fine, just let me know. It's been a while since I've played Gunner. I'm being super lazy with Gunner though. There's that trial down there. And there's only one other person with me. Everyone else is AI. Wait, what are we fighting against? Oh, ballerina person.
Trial start.
Where are you? I want to have a fight with you. Let's dance. Alright. My pal's kind of explaining that when they were just like power leveling, it was not that difficult. All I can say is, as leveling mining rig felt better than Ritum. Really now? Interesting. Oh gosh, man. Actually, if I tilt, that's interesting. I just tilt my head for a while, and my screen goes like to a completely different color. Oh dang, it's Beef. Hey there, Beef, how you doing? So yeah, I was gonna ask you like to be a judge, but since you put in your own submits, like you can't be a judge sadly. But next time you could try to do that. But how you doing, Beef? Once again, I gotta give you a shout out since your character's designs are just OP.
Success.
Then again, it's kind of like a passion of yours, and you did put a lot of effort into trying to find that right look. Wait, I already completed that, so what am I doing now? Oh, since there's also a level cap, I should, or a new level cap, I should complete some of these side missions that I neglected. I'll do one more of these and then most likely move to Ritum. You're about to sleep. I mean, you should go sleep, man. Oh, shucks. I mean, the biggest thing is, like, the moment I saw how you toyed around with the new face and then have that certain look that I really want, I had to bother you about that. Granted that I had to toy around with mine because it was like, what was it? I was trying to just, like, make it a bit different from what you gave me in terms of the base schematics. Now, there's only one other person that I would bother about, like, their character, physique, and design. But it's more of like how they made their character very thick, but not too thick to the point where it was absurd. I can't even say it. Where it was like dummy stupid. Like there's some people that make designs of their characters where they make them thick, and sometimes it works, but I don't like. There's one person that has like a character that has the thickness, but it's not too thick, but it also fits in like it's still sexy and it got the shape. Granted that person hasn't even touched New Genesis as much. Alright, let's go find some vegetables and... Wait, what was it? What do I need to find? Hey, oh my god. I also need to go and get some side quests, I guess. Yeah, I need to get the side missions before doing this. Innocent Central. Now, I am trying to get back into some videos for New Genesis and PSO2. Big one that I'm working on at the moment is talk about New Genesis story. However, when I was doing recordings last night, the thing that bothered me the most was how they have chapter 1, 2, and 3. And like obviously if you talk to the side characters in the world map, like you'll unlock those accordingly. But the big thing that annoyed me was how they don't have the prologue. If I go over here, talk to this bot, and go to like the main stories and replay everything, it has chapter 1, 2, 3. But where's the prologue stuff? Where's the very beginning stuff? Where's the stuff where it kind of shows you the very beginning of Alio Town before it got nuked? Like, where is that? I'm so confused. They have 1, 2, 3, but they don't have the prologue. Where the heck is the prologue? Come on, Sega. That annoyed me because I was trying to remember what exactly happened in the very beginning, especially since I'm making that video talking about it. But the fact that they don't have that annoyed me, because now I will most likely have to find a character that knows that all my characters on my account have already went through the beginning prologue, or they somehow skipped it. I don't know how, but most of them already went through the beginning prologue, so I can't even get those cutscenes with those characters. Only way I could do it is if I go to global and try to get those cutscenes, or most likely use someone else's stuff. But it's going to be obvious that it's not my character in the recording or in the video, and I don't want to do that because I want to see my characters in the story. Anyways, why am I here? I need to talk to this chick because I need to get the XP. Honestly, they should have some limited time quests since they increased the level cap to kind of promote activity. I mean, there were a good chunk of them last week, or because of the anniversary event, or in the event that was going on. But the question is, why don't they have anything to kind of promote just doing stuff? I get it, you can't have welfare good events like almost all the time, but I mean, for leveling up, you might want to try to push for incentives and all that, but it's kind of default right now. They might do that later on within the week, month. If I remember, the cutscene is that you came out from a capsule fallen from the sky and met Aina. Yeah, but the thing I'm trying to remember is, like, how did we interact? I don't think... The big thing... Because when I'm going to talk about the story, I'm going to give you guys a heads up and a preview and kind of give you a gist of how I'm doing the video. I'm going to be, like, showing stuff from, like, both Oracle and that of New Genesis. And the big thing is, in Oracle, there were times where you can actually say choices. But the big influence with Oracle, especially in the past, and how they were able to get you to do stuff was through the Matterboard. Matterboard. Now, I don't have any sort of recording with the Matterboard because I didn't really do that in the past. I didn't really go through the story. So, that's kind of my fault for not doing that. And it's kind of crucial with how they did force you to do this Matterboard, but there was an incentive behind it was you get rewards from it, and it formulates it in a way where you are able to just follow this map and guide to unlock all of these things. And yes, it was a bit tedious, but it had a structure behind it, and it kind of makes you go to these things and do these tasks, because if you want to know more, you want to do more, you had to do it in this way. The problem with New Genesis in that sort of sense is it doesn't really have that, because other than you going through the story, which you kind of want to do because it unlocks all these different areas, all the side quest stuff, all of the talks with the NPCs, it's optional, which once again, that's kind of good depending on what you're trying to do in the game, but at the same time, it doesn't invest you, it doesn't make you like or try to understand these characters, because once again, you can kind of put it off to the side. I have not gone through it episode 3. Once again, I haven't done the story. I clearly remember 1 and 2. Actually, I kind of lied because I kind of forgot how stuff happened with 2, but I remember a good chunk of 1 and 2, and when I was looking at the story stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, this is stuff that I kind of want to bring up. Now, granted that, yes, New Genesis added an interaction, a way to understand the side characters, or most of the characters now with the small little dialogues, and most of the time when you talk to them, you do have choices, and you do interact with them. But my question is, why isn't that a key factor in the main story? Or I get it, like, you don't really need to have those sort of dialogue choices with the main story, but it shows that you are there. The fact that you're kind of just watching everything play out is just like you being an observer instead of being there. And with, and the fact that you're not forced to interact with these characters too kind of, you know, desensitize your character in your interactions. Once again, it's optional. If you do go out of your way to talk to these characters, you start to understand, develop some stuff, and it seems like you are there. But with the main story and how they brush through it, and how some key things, especially with Ina's trauma, and how it was easily resolved, it still bothers me because, especially with something traumatic like that, especially for a kid that hasn't really seen as much, it shouldn't have been that easy. Or if you were to deal with that sort of trauma, you need to put more work into getting that person out of it. Because I get it, everyone has a different response to it, but in Ina's case, especially since she's young and she hasn't had so much exposure, unless she's reincarnated or some dealio, she shouldn't have that easy mindset of just getting out of it quickly. And with how they illustrated with New Genesis, it's like you just talk it out. And your character isn't the one to do that, though. It was like Manon, but even then, I feel like it didn't have that push or drive to really... Like, if I was in her shoes and I needed some encouragement, like, those sort of words and that push wouldn't really push me as much. Like, well, that's my opinion, but I feel like there could have been more power behind it. And obviously, as a main character, your character should have been the one to really drive that, that courage, that push, that inspiration to Ina. But it wasn't the case, and that's what bothers me with like some character development. Granted that I even struggled with something like that because one of my stories that I personally made, my character did something really bad, to the point where it would have been, it's not easy for me to just like brush it off. It was really bad. Anyways, going back to me leveling and doing stuff though. Central Cavaris vegetables. I think if I go to this area, I should be able to do it. Well, I get it that New Genesis is kind of doing the same approach like they did in Oracle, but once again, it's just not as organized, or it's not really pushing a drive to care. And thinking about the overall aspect of the story, it's kind of simple to the point where you kind of get what's going on. I mean, it is obvious of what you're doing, but it's not unique or mysterious like how it was with Oracle. Like, episode 1 for Oracle was a build-up, and there were a lot of things that were going on in episode 1, where you didn't know what direction the stuff was going. It was still building up. Episode 2 definitely put a spin, a twist on things, and if I were playing it during that time back then, I wouldn't have expected something like what it is. And granted, I'm gonna try to keep spoilers and like stuff on the down low for those who haven't really tried it out. But it's like, I did not expect that sort of approach with what episode 2 was. Now, I still need to go through Oracle's story. I haven't gone through 3, 4, and 5, and 6. But the point is, New Genesis made it very obvious and clear on like what we need to do, and that kind of takes away from the, you know, like you trying to speculate and guess what's going on. I mean, if it's dummy easy, it's like, why care about it? Pretty much, we're someone that kind of lost our memories. We're a special sort of being that came from the sky, and now we are helping the people, the ARC's operatives, to find pieces, find ways to build a cannon to defeat the Dark Fowls. It's straightforward. And with what has been going on, yes, there's some conflicts with all these different people groups that we're meeting, but it's nothing grand, or it's nothing that kind of you know, piques the curiosity. Like, in episode 1 for Oracle, there were a good amount, like, there's a good amount of introductions, and there was a lot of stuff that happened here and there. Granted that it was kind of easy to follow, but at the same time, like, you didn't expect things to go as they did. Or maybe you did, it just depends on, like, your exposure. Let me actually turn in these quests. I think I was still collecting vegetables and whatnot. Any other quests I should do? What do I need to talk to you for? Oh, I was turning in something. What the heck was I turning in? Apparently I tamed that. What is that sharp Kavaris thing? No, I don't want to talk to you. Hey there, Crimson. Oh yeah, Crimson, by the way, you did submit one picture over there in the screenshot contest thing. Do you want to submit 2 more? Of that character that you displayed? Sometimes that's interesting about NGS story is there are a lot of small time jumps which contributes to it feeling rushed, in my opinion. I feel like they should have just kind of slowly took their time. The interactions with the NPC is nice because it does establish a connection. However, once again, unlike that of Oracle where you had to do it in a Matterboard and you can get stuff, it's optional for New Genesis. And not only that, they added this sort of thing a bit late, but I mean, still something. But I feel like if they added it in the beginning, people would kind of care about these characters. Yeah, so if you do want to do the oh wait, let me put that in the description of this. How do I edit you? So yeah, if you are putting pictures in the Discord for the screenshot thing, for the contest, try to get 3 pictures of one character, and depending on how many people are putting submittals and all that, you could put other characters. Just let me know if your which one of your characters is the one that's actually being run in the contest. And let me put the links. I am going to release a reminder today, later after this stream, about the fashion stuff. I am going to be streaming and playing a good chunk of PSO2 and New Genesis stuff, just so I can get people to be aware of this contest thing that I'm doing. Fashion character screenshot contest. It's a hybrid of a bunch of stuff. And then, yeah, the Discord link's in the description of this video as well. So, anyways, getting back to my setup. Alright, so what else? Yeah, doing some of these side quests. The reason why I didn't do all these side quests, I mean, I could have, so I can get N cubes and other things. But so I can use it to power level. Or get, like, the experience to help me get to max level, or the next max level. Most likely they might have updated some of the quests over there in Ritem as well. Now, I know that to get the particular 7 stars that people are wanting, or like, that one 7-star weapon series, you had to do her quest. I never done her quest. Could do her quest, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I still need to find, like, these raid containers. I had to collect meat, vegetables, and all that. Alright, so let's go to Kavaris, or the northern area. And most likely I will have to use the restroom since I'm drinking this monster. Now I'm trying out the new flavor, Pacific Punch. It's alright. Not to my liking though. Oh, I also need to play Gacha. I think there's some trees at the very top this way. Let me go to the very top. But yeah, the big thing though is like I'm not gonna try to be going into the meta and do crazy stuff on here. I should farm to get money, but I don't know. My drive to do farming on here isn't as grand. I mean, as high. I'm gonna play this game at a very leisure pace, and not only that, I am most likely gonna do some dumb challenges where I might try to just use whatever equipment I got to try to get through the current content. And I may not try to upgrade as many things as well. I'm gonna be very cheap about it. It's a bit of a challenge for me to just use like not the highest gear, which is kind of fun, in my opinion. That's what I did in the past too. Like during Oracle, I literally used a 3-star until I got like the full set for a particular weapon and unit. Oh yeah, I need to go this way. But yeah, the story for New Genesis at the moment isn't anything grand. And not only that, it kind of gave itself away because, especially with how they worded it, it's like you're going to all these different areas, and most likely for the entirety of like episode 1 is you just going through this what is this world anyways? This might be one planet, and then like for episode 2 we might go to a different planet and have a different area. Because now I feel like with episode 1 they'll unlock the volcano area, and then once we're done with that, that should wrap up episode 1. Or it might end episode 1 with us fighting against like that Dark Fowls and just show like that the story behind that, and then it's gonna lead up to episode 2. I don't know. It's just speculation on my part with that bit. Oh no, don't tell me the Gigantix is down here. I don't want to deal with it. Alpha. I'm hoping that it's not that short in terms of the story and they actually make an interesting story with Halpa, but most likely it's going to be us helping said NPCs in that area because of X, Y, and Z. And then they'll contribute and give aid so they can fix said cannon. I'm curious on how they're gonna do some stuff. I feel like they might start doing like the environment damage as well, like how they did with Kavaris, with the gorge. And when we go to like a certain area over there in the volcanic area, it's like, oh yeah, you need to take something so you don't burn yourself to death. I'm level 61 just by doing these quests. Yay. Wait a second, did I complete my weeklies? Hopefully not. No, I still got a good chunk. I think... What's next? Meat, seafood, ore. So, usually to do that in this area... Something smacked me. Again, oh, you mother... Oh gosh, I guess everyone's in Ritum at the moment because I seen... Actually, I don't even know. Well, then again, I'm also playing on JP, so... Oh gosh, I did not want to go down that way. I think everyone's in Ritum just trying to level up and such. think I should go down this way. Oh my gosh. Trying to remember where some of the things I want to attack. We gotta go down over here and get the seafood stuff. There's that guy. Hi there. I'm trying to figure out where's my seafood collecting quest. Don't want to fight against you, excuse me. No, 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 give me the seafood. And then one more, and then most likely what I'm gonna have to do is deal with the meat. And then after that, I guess I could take Zill to, let's go back, and then I'll swap to Shadow so he could take the daily stuff, and then I'll be leveling up the characters. Now, I was trying to stream for the entire day today, but I had to do some stuff in the morning and afternoon. So what I might do is stream a good chunk for tomorrow as well. Once again, best way to know when I'm streaming is through my Discord. And you can find that in the description. If the link is not working, let me know, and I'll personally give you a link. Kind of forward. Alright, so what I said, I'll swap to Shadow. Now, at the moment for New Genesis, there's only 3 characters that I'm working on. Actually, 2 of them are the main ones that I'm toying around with. I am working on Shadow, but it's not as much. Still need to get through the main story with him. The next character that I'm working on is Rosa, because she's the Waker main. So, I'm leveling up 4 different characters. But at the moment, the ones I'm getting focused on would be Zill and Sharel. Like, I'm leveling up Shadow, but I'm using the dailies and the other things that can give them the XP. Like, he is about to hit 60, and he hasn't even finished doing a good chunk of the side quests for Kavaris and the Kavaris main storyline. If I do get him to go on the main storyline, he'll be easy. It'll be easy for him to get to 60. Maybe. Depends. But the thing about him is that I'm not comfortable with fighter yet. I still need to go through like a training session with him. Yeah, everyone's over here in like Ritum instead of Kavaris. I am playing on JP on ship 2 specifically, so actually he can't even see Kavaris region because he hasn't unlocked it. Now, yeah, I need to do the quick food stuff and then go over to a region mag and then feed that. Yeah, he's like almost to level 60. But since they released the level cap, it's 65 now. And it's very convenient to just teleport to the region mag. And I just feed it meat. I do want my extra storage again, but using up those SGs, Oh yeah, they also got that Fate Melt collab. I'm debating about pulling on that, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I will. What are they giving out? Is that a skill pass? I think that's a skill pass. I need a... Yeah, that's a reset skill pass. I need to most likely swap between my characters. So with that out of the way, I should have completed all the dailies for today. I didn't do this under the reset time, so I don't think I'll be able to get the next set. Should have done it last night, but I was just doing some other things. Shut up, it's... That noise is just... Oh, gosh. I only completed 6. Actually, let me go back to the city, get the side quest, and then swap over to... who do I want to swap to? I could swap to, Zill. Actually, no, let's stick with Shirel for now. Kinda want to do gunner stuff. So accept all these. I need to save up on my Meseta again because I spent a good chunk on like all the motion animations that I want. I think there's 1 or 2 that I do not have. Alright, I'll be right back. Oh, she's already 61. Yeah, might as well use her to get to 65. Be right back though. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so what am I doing now? Yes, farming. Read some, right. Did I get all of the side mission quests I need? No, I didn't get that one, so... I'm trying to think, did they update the quests over here for the NPCs? Yeah, my leg is acting up. Holy shit. Oh my god. It feels like a cramp. I wonder why. And that's a weird combination of people in one area. Let's see. Let me talk to some of these people and see if they did update it. Who are you? Oh, literally giving a tutorial of how to, like, navigate and do stuff. I should pop some XP boosters, I guess. Do you have a quest that I need to do? It looks like he's new because all that's in Japanese. Battle Dia? What's this? Oh, it talks about add-on skills that I have not tampered with yet. Speeder is in reference to the one thing, that's the team. Client orders, which I have not been doing whatsoever. I guess some of them I could do. That's Centra Elio. You don't have any quests. I guess I did all the quests for Elio. Alright, let's just go into farming then. What do I have that I want to pop? Is that a 5%? Translator. I think that thing is literally telling me it's only a 5% though. Let's see. What do you say? It says increase XP gain by 5% for 60 minutes. I thought I had a higher one. And I'm guessing that 50% one is a tri boost. No, wait, the 50% is more of a cold damage resist. Okay. Oh, I only have one of these? I thought I had more. Let's check all storages. Maybe I have a bit more of these. No, I do not. Wow, I am very broke in terms of that XP boost thing. Oh well, who cares? I mean, it's a mindless, endless grinding, so let's just get into it.
PSE burst.
The moment I go into this area, I hear a burst though. So yes, most of the time when I'm on New Genesis, I will most likely be like just doing endless, mindless grinding. Unless my computer decides to free. Hopefully it doesn't, because I did do a file check. Wait, I thought I turned you off. Oh, I literally jumped into that. I am so mad at myself. No, aim for that leg. And I should. Or why is my thing not? There we go. There's my chain. What's this? What did I grab? That should be a trigger from the looks of it. It said B. Yeah, it's this thingy. That's a good chunk of XP though, 1,000 for these kills. And then more XP because I'm doing some of these dailies and weeklies. What is it? What's the... Well, no. Highest should be 7 stars, and I think the one that has the highest raw damage is that certain weapon from Tavares, where you had to collect those Blizzarium thingies. Right now, I'm just using a temporary, like, what is it? 6-star event weapon. I do need to swap out of it just because most of those abilities from it and the weapon in itself isn't that grand with, like, the overall... with, like, the enemies that I'm fighting against. Also, shiny rock bear. Is that a rock bear? Well, no, it's called something else. Sand bear? What is your name? Dune bear. You're still a bear. Hey, look, it's Aina.
Trial start.
is that. So if there's a constant, most likely there is a high chance of an emergency quest later. Okay, I want that buff. I'll most likely go to the city when it's done.
PSE burst.
Granted, that depends on this bird. Actually, I should pop this chain.
Success.
Ooh, there's gonna be a lot of dead bodies. Oh my god, my eyes. The photons. And there goes half of my TP. Or all my TP. I already got 100 on the chain, so I should pop this again. Oh my god, 2 of these is just instant like 100. I'm already completing the enemy subjugation task, oh my god. And my XP bars are almost like halfway full too, oh god. The glorious XP. And how my PP's gone again. Man, I remember when it was so hard to just level back in the days. Like, what you would want is to either hope for a mining quest or, like, a limited quest, so you can easily, like, power level. Without those, it was a pain to just, like, do a bunch of quests to get
PSE
XP.
climax.
What was the max level back then? Oh yeah, it was like in episode 2 when I was playing, it was level 75. Oh, using the wrong skill set. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't get hit by that. I messed up on my timing there. Alright, should activate my chain. I activated that too early, but whatever. It's firing its laser. It did a Grand Slam. Oh god, I think that hit me. Maybe I should have popped that first before. Oh, hi there. There's a bunch of mobs. I should activate my chain again. There's so many dead bodies. I cannot see my screen. I still wanted that irregular magical high school like camo with this account, but no, it is non-existent. It is extinct now. I cannot even find that on the PSO2 market or post market. Kind of sucks that they never revived like certain collabs on JP. They only revived a few that was like high on demand. Near Automata, like Neptune, but any other ones, like, sorry, it's gone. Oh my god, I'm almost like level 72 with this. What is that thing? Oh yeah, hi there, you metal dog creature thing. What am I shooting at? Hi. Me missing and aiming at nothing. Ow, ow, don't do that. Ram. Let me also heal. I feel like I'm just doing like small little damage since it's not like the best weapon to use. Oh, he's getting a Grand Slam. Yeah, no. Oh, someone got wrecked. No! How dare you interrupt my chain finisher, Helio. Okay, don't move, please, because I still need to do this. Oh, I ran out of PP the moment I tried to do that. No. Okay, at least the finisher kind of hit his head, but it just jumped. Correct that with bullet, please. Okay, let me think. Do I want to go and try to... What's the time at the moment? It's 5:05. Could still stay in the area? I'll kill a bit more, then around like the... I'll give it a few more minutes before I go back to Ritum. If I get... try to get to 62, then I'll go back to Ritum to get the boost. And then do whatever the... what time is it? Do whatever the emergency quest is. Which is most likely at 6:30? 6:30? No, 5:30. Ow, he just charged into me, and I let that happen. I'm sad. Oh, I'm so close to 62. Come on, game. I got a feeling that I'm gonna neglect the time and just like not get that boost. Especially since it looks like we're about to get another burst again. Oh, I feel like we'll most likely get a burst from this after we kill this elite bubble crab. I popped my thing too early. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. Oh, I didn't get hit by that, huh? Thought I did. Oh, okay, yeah, I got hit by that, like, up attack. Now he's getting mad, and then he's going all like, argh! Few damages. Few seconds of DPS on him because he decided to lift his arms like that. Or claws, or whatever you want to call this thing. And, yeah, I'm not actually hitting his spot because I'm just too high up in the air. Then he goes pound, grand slam. Oh god, oh no, ooh, ow, my HP. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get the boost. I got a feeling, yeah, there we go, there's that burst. Now, where's the area? Is it over here? Is it a good area? I don't know, depends on if you have... it's gonna be hard for me to like just hit everything. Did I not activate this? I guess it's still on a cooldown. Yeah, they're kind of spread out, so it's not as great like it was before. Wait, did it pop itself again? Oh my gosh. There goes my chain. Yeah, these guys are a bit more spread out, which is annoying since I can't hit them all. Do you have your own personal sun in your room? Something like that. I don't know, I just wanted to wear shades. Hey there, how you doing? I mean, I could take them off. Or lift them up like this. I don't know, it's a bit bright with the light that I have above me. And then also the window too. I mean, do I need to wear shades? No. But do I want to just cuz? Yes.
Climax.
Yeah, like when people ask me like, oh, cool shades, I'm like, yeah. I tend to wear this with when I was working security too. It's fun. There's like a time where there was a bunch of annoying kids and I just did this. Like at first I was like this and I was talking nicely to them, and then when there was a bunch of kids I was like, time for me to go all mean mode. It's like, hey, like move. Stream went all derpy now, I think. It's like, I'm nice and then I'm mean. Nice and mean. Although I kind of look dumb if I have this like lifted up. It's best to just like have it down. It's like the set wear. In a way, yeah, for real life with your glasses. Alright, let me see if I can get the boost with the thing. I feel like I missed it just because of the burst. Actually, let me take this off. I didn't do that. I think I missed it. Oh no, she's still singing? Is she still performing? Oh yeah, she's still performing. What is this thing? I have not seen that before. What is this? The other thing is that I have a full inventory. Or about to have a full inventory. What do I have that is eating up my space? I'll just put that in there. That's a good chunk of 5 stars. I'll organize this later. That's a lot of silver swords. I don't think I would need them as much. 4 stars. Let me sort by rarity. These are from the event. Yeah, right now I'm using these 2 temporarily because I don't feel like pushing it with this character just yet. If I do get a 7 star, I will upgrade. But right now, I'm just not doing that. In terms of these weapons, I guess I'll put them in my storage too. I'll organize it later. 5 stars. 6 stars the highest. Oh god, the light, it burns! That's 5 stars. I'll put this away for now. That's 4 stars. Did I get the boost? Hopefully I did. Yeah, let me just get rid of these. What is this from? That's from the Star Gem Scratch, right. And then this is for the mags, I think. Looks like from the mags. I think I need to activate it. Did you get new golden PSC burst? I have no clue. No, I don't think I did. Okay, I did get the boost. Register new forms. I might as well. Make some space. How much SGs do I have? I have 434. 1 million Meseta. Terms of the mission pass, because the big thing is for the mission pass, I'm gonna want to try to get that 3-day pass and then most likely use it. I think I actually got it. Yeah, I'm able to get it. So I'll have to, since I'm streaming since I'm streaming like NGS and PSO2 the entire week, I will try to make the most out of this. Granted that I figure out what items to sell. I will make a video talking about like market stuff and some things that I've noticed from Oracle that you might want to be careful with in New Genesis. The big thing is investing items, because in the past I used to invest in a lot of things to the point where some of this stuff would become expensive. Now, compared to that of Oracle didn't have as many revival scratches, but with New Genesis, they do revive a good chunk of things. To the point where if you do invest in something, it's a gamble if it's still going to be high up there, and if, you know, that item doesn't get a revival. The biggest thing you might want to invest in, especially if you're playing a new Genesis and you want to try to get a lot out of it, collab items. Collab items are going to give a lot, especially if they never get a revival again. So if you invest in like the PR poses, collab ones, if you invest in like some of the anime, video games, sort of dealio, anything that you know is going to be rare and you won't be able to see again, you might want to invest in it. Because especially with what happened in Oracle, unless they change this pattern, but I don't think so as much, we'll see. But most of the time collab stuff doesn't get a revival unless it's high in demand. So I kind of invested a bit with the Hololive stuff because there might be a chance they don't revive it. Now, if they do revive it, then, you know, you might want to try to get rid of it ASAP. But you want to try to do that before there's any sort of announcement. But that's a gamble in itself. Now, because of that, it's kind of a good and bad thing in terms of, like, the market in general. Some people may like it, some people don't. Personally, for me, I kind of don't like it, but it is what it is. But obviously, once again, like, the biggest things to invest in if you do want to try to gamble would be those collab items. Now, let me look at the emergency quest to figure out what's going on. So, is Kavaris doing the retail... Now, I kind of want to do this, but I'm debating about it because I don't have the best equipment to do it. I might give it a shot, but I'll give it a shot unless I don't hit that BP requirement. Actually, what is the BP requirement? It's hard to invest when you want money of it for yourself too, and you are free to play. Free to play. Here's the thing about the free to play stuff. I mean, yes, if you're active and you're doing a bunch of stuff, it's not gonna be that bad. But that's the key thing. You have to be active to kind of get a good chunk of things. The one video I'm gonna be making and pointing out is a video talking about Fun Scratch, and I'm confused to why Sega didn't implement this or continue this sort of free-to-play currency and idea over here in New Genesis, because I took some things for granted, especially since a lot of the Fun Scratches gave a good chunk of like eyelashes and eyebrows. That wasn't an issue as much. There were some specific ones I would want from the AC Scratch, but there were a good assortment of those things where I didn't really need to, you know, use Meseta to buy it. Now, once again, this varies on how you look at it, because if you do look at some of the prices for eyebrows and eyelashes, it's not that bad. But the question is, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to customize one character? Are you trying to account block it? Etc, etc. The thing is, it's not a free-to-play currency. I mean, yes, Meseta is free-to-play currency, but at the same time, you're kind of using Meseta that could be used for something else that is harder to get with Meseta. Wait. The point is, like, if you have, like, a free-to-play currency, like Fun Points, and you use that to try to get your eyebrows and eyelashes, that's great. That means you can put your Meseta towards, like, costumes, hairstyles, eye pupils, because those are a bit more expensive, especially if they are high in demand. Granted that, once again, this depends on activity, because if you're farming a bunch, you're selling a bunch of stuff, and doing this, and this, it's not really a problem, and in due time you can get all these things. But the question is, like, how badly do you want it, and how fast do you want it? Because even though technically you will get it eventually, if certain factors kick in, like this AC Scratch is gone now, and there's only a few items in the market to the point where it was cheap, but because of the scarcity of it, the price can shoot up to the point where instead of it being like 200,000 Meseta, it is now 2 million because of this scarcity. So that the big thing that I'm annoyed with, and I talked about it when I talked about like the My Shop 3-day pass, is how the market or you accessing the shop isn't free. I mean, yes, it is technically free, but especially with the pass, it's just that it's limited because there's only a few ways to get the pass in PSO2 now. The only way to get them is if you do the mission pass. And if you do the mission pass, you have to get it to a certain level, which is 25. And yes, this does promote activity in you playing the game and getting here, but it's to get a bit more money, especially as a free-to-play, you're gonna have to do this. Once again, it's not the only option, because you got alpha reactors, you got like other things, but the best way to try to get a good chunk of money once you do all of the fixed things is to try to access the market and try to go to your shop. But because of this limitation right here, it is difficult to do that. And even if you have 3 days, it depends on if people will buy your stuff and if there's a lot of players to try to buy stuff. And you only have 3 days to get the most out of it. Now, obviously, if you're premium or if you get to put a bit of money to get that access to the shop, that's entirely up to you. Great on you. But once again, you're kind of giving money when you're trying to be free to play. So you bought 3 hairs for 5 mil each like 2 weeks ago. Now they're 10 mil. Yeah, so be careful. Like, if you know that they get disappear from the market, or like it's not easy to get it through the AC anymore, then it is a gamble and it is an investment. Just be careful, because once again, unlike Oracle, where they barely had any sort of revival. I mean, they did have revivals, especially with the later scratches, but it wasn't as frequent, and it wasn't with some of the high on-demand stuff. With New Genesis, it feels like if it is extinct, or if a lot of people ask for this particular item, they will revive said items, and that could screw you over. But it just depends on how you play it. It is literally a gamble. And that's why I will most likely not do as many methods to invest in gamble with New Genesis. I mean, there's few things that I know that might be able to do it, but once again, this is New Genesis. It's doing different approaches and methods. Yeah, I guess I could try to do this Kavaris mining rig. I am kind of concerned with how I might do. Although it should be the same concept still, like any sort of mining defense, where as long as you're able to attract the mobs and deal with all the big threats, you should be fine. Granted that, I don't know if I can handle a tower by myself, or if they have certain things from that mining defense that I could solo, but we shall see. Actually, does Ritum have a higher rank? Because it looks like everyone's in Ritum. Did they do an upgrade for the Ritum Quest 1, or... What am I asking? Like a rank 4 for Ritum? Because everyone's over there instead of over here in Kavaris. Actually, no, there's a few people in 4. I mean, I'm on Japanese ship too, so there's not a lot. Let me go to this block and see if there's a bunch of people just waiting in the city. But you have the skill. I mean, don't get me wrong, skills do help. And as long as you understand the concept of the mining defense, you'll be fine. It's just that certain situations might be questionable. Be aware of spawns in the center of the map. They can damage. Yeah, so I was working on a video talking about Ritum stuff. I mean, the mining defense things. So the big key thing is like just be like pay attention to the map, pay attention to where people are at, spread yourself, basic stuff. Especially if you played it in Oracle, it's pretty much the same thing, but like mining defense 1 and 2 version. I do miss the AIS, but you do have the cannon. The bad thing about those cannons is that it's based on your actual HP and units. The weapon in itself like is up, it does boost your damage and all that, but your HP and all that is based on what you have. So I'm actually pretty squishy. Yeah, I'm just curious to, I guess I'll see what the Ritum is, because if they have rank 4, I might try it. or I will most likely go to the one in Kavaris. And then after that, I'm going back to the rank 4 Retum and continue farming over there. And then once this character hits 65, I'll go on Zill. $2708. Ugh. Okay, so if that's the new requirement, I do need to swap out. I'm thinking about using my Ranger instead, but I don't. Let me think. I might give it a shot with Zill. Because I think she meets the requirements, because her equipment is the latest one that I upgraded. And it should be above 2,800. Or whatever the number I saw. Huh, weird. Why is it low leveled? Oh wait, it's because my gun's not equipped. To push it, I think I would also need to put points into my class. Actually, what's the time? I got 4 minutes. Hopefully that can boost the BP. Actually, where is my number exactly? 2664. Okay, so how many skill points I got? I got 11 for Ranger. And I already filled out all of it for Ranger. Oh my god, where... I don't want it. This is a waste of points. I mean, I could easily get the reset passes since I have a good chunk of characters, but damn. That's annoying to stare at. I guess I could do this for fighter. And that should have increased my BP, yeah. And then if... Oh my god, to really increase it, Oh, that's annoying, staring at these two. It's like, I could put the points in it. I do have the pass. I might as well. Just so I can get that BP requirement checked, but... That is dumb. Why is this a thing for Ranger? Reduces the duration of status effect applied to you, or reduces chance of the status effect. Let's do this. If I need to reset it, I have passes for that, but... Oh my god, that is dope. Oh my god, I don't think I'm able to do it. Hold up. I think... If I swap this out quickly... Let's see if my other character can actually hit the higher mark. Like, the big thing is, what I will... Well, yeah, levels help in terms of increasing your BP. And then there's also you using skill points, your equipment, the augments and affixes on said equipment. How many minutes do I have? I got 1 minute. So let me see if this gear that I have might help me out. Hopefully I did put it in the right area that I need to put it in. If not, then I'm kind of F. Okay, I did put it. Alright, so I think it's up now. Is it? No, not yet. How do I swap out my stuff? Let me put that in there. And then my armor. I'll swap it out to this. And now what's my BP? It is low. Question is... Okay, there is a... Oh god, that's 65. Alright, I'm doing Kavaris 1 instead. I haven't done that one. Alright, so... With... Retum, it is level 65 as a requirement, and then whatever the BP is. Kavaris, it is... I still can't believe I had to put points in that ranger tree. That annoys me. What is Kavaris battle power one? That one, 2,647. Haven't done that Kavaris one. So let me see. This is the first time I'm doing the Kavaris mining rig. So I want to see how this plays out. Hopefully it's not that bad. Once again, the big thing with this is just being map aware, understand where everyone's at. Oh, this one may not be as bad. I don't know, we'll see. Because I'm guessing that they're just gonna come through the middle. Well, actually no, I can see how they'll do different approaches. I'm trying to debate on what color to guard. I don't like these colors. I'll stick with orange. Because I got a feeling that the enemy's gonna come from the upper corners of the map and then like at the front of purple or in that direction. And then there's chances that they'll spawn in the middle as well. Oh yeah, I just realized, yeah, my character is running around with like not a bunch of clothes on. Yeah, no, I'm sticking with orange, so okay, yeah, there's a good chunk of enemies coming this way. Yeah, I called it. The format for this isn't unknown. What the heck? These enemies look very weird. Wait, do these things blow up? Hold up. What do they do? Why am I the only one over here? Orange, help. Oh fuck, I did not rearrange that properly. What the hell? I just looked at the map too. It's like only 4 out of 8. Why did people ditch? Yeah, thanks for telling me, but I'm confused to why there's only 4 out of 12. Is it really 4 out of 12? I mean 4 out of 8, excuse me. Did people just like leave? Hold up, really? Is it really 4 out of 12? It is literally 4 out of 12. Now, question is, do I still want to do... I mean, these other 3 are doing it. Do I want to ditch? Ah, screw it. I'll continue working with them. The big problem is this the usual sort of placements I have for my damn thing? I feel like this is wrong in terms of how I go about... Crap. I'm gonna defend orange to the best of my ability. If I die, I die. Don't do it, bail. It's tempting. It's very tempting to bail. Actually, no. Alright, so question. If I fail this, will it eat up the one run that I can do? Because if it does eat it up and I fail, then I guess I might as well get out. How the hell am I evading that? Did I not heal? I thought I healed. Hey there, Kun, how you doing? How am I still alive? Okay, the moment I said that. Oh, that one of the towers getting fucked up. And there's also enemy towers too. Oh look, Cooper's getting fucked. Purple. It does. Alright, fuck it. We're bailing. I don't want to do this. I don't like to promote this, but how the hell do I leave? Was it through here? Party commands, abandoned quest. That is dope. I also realized my camera is also tilted. And you are hot. Jesus. Alright, so that was a bad experience. Let me see if I can queue it up again. If not, I guess we could try to do Dark Files 1 instead. Nah, it seems like it's stuck at that. I don't think people are running this one. Oh wait, maybe they are. Never mind, I see 7 out of 8. Life's been a roller coaster for me. I was hoping to do so many things like last month, but shit happened. For the last 2 months, I've just been busy because I was just all over the place with my dad. Five, 6 gets rough even with a full MPA. Yeah, I mean, once again, like, it's understandable, especially if... I feel like it's understandable, especially with that system of... It will eat up your success. And this time around, we do have 8-8. So... I'm going to orange. I don't like how everyone's like going towards green. Nah, I'm sticking with orange. Orange is gonna be my baby. So the way I approach this... If you're not familiar with how I go about mining defense, even back in Oracle, I choose a tower. The tower will be my baby. Now, I will go away from my tower if I see that my allies are not defending some other tower. Everyone's saying hi and I'm being alone there. I'm not saying anything. It's already too late for me to say something. And I should be running around collecting the purple thing. I mean, the crystal things. You bet on S rank? Let's see. What is this thing? This thing is like a bomb. It looks like a bomb. Those things remind me of like a bee back in mining defense, but like a shitty, a drill version of it. How weak are you guys? You guys aren't weak. You guys aren't weak. Aggro on me, thank you. I'll let my other ally. Hopefully they can take care of the those guys. All right, took care of the small little annoying minions. Ooh, okay, yeah, this is a bit better. The fact that none of the towers got damaged with us. Once again, I will strictly be with orange. I will only go to another... I keep on thinking that's a snowboard. I will go to any other tower if they demand for if the demand and need and urgency is there. Okay, so they're like the bees, but instead they're like a drill bomb looking mob. Gotcha. I mean, the fact that they were glowing too from the last round was an obvious hint. Now, here comes more enemies. I'll most likely stop the enemies up top. Ah, there's a pimple too. We need to take care of that pimple. Actually, and yeah, that's kind of... Oh, I don't like that icon. What does that stand for? There's a tower around, like, orange, too. Damn it. Should I activate the barrier? Nah, that person's taking care of it. I'll take care of these two. Okay, never mind. The tower's a problem. Tower's a problem. Tower's a problem. Tower, tower, tower. That was literally right in front of our faces. No, 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 no. Is purple getting fucked up? Yeah, purple got fucked. I mean, my tower got messed up badly. I don't know if that tower was actually damaging it. And I don't think I'm doing as much damage like I should be. Alright, I need to change this palette. How did I go about this? It was... I think it was Raging Shot, and then it was that Blaze Shot, and then... Normal. Homing Dart. Revolt, maybe? Did I do this right? Okay, yeah. I think this is the thing for my twin daggers. I mean, not twin daggers, rifles. Yeah, so the mistake that we did right there is that no one attended to that pimple and then that of the tower. I don't know if the tower actually got, like, its laser out and shot at orange. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh, they have this mechanic. Alright. Wait, where am I? Oh, fuck. Well, my ally's kind of stuck. There's a boss coming. I'll see if I can distract them. Hopefully I can just get the aggro. There we go. I'll try to hold. Oh, my allies are actually here. Alright, good. What the? No, no, don't get dazed right now. Nope, 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 nope. Ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh. Yeah, I'm not doing as much. I need to upgrade with my TMGs. And, yeah, it is these guys too. Great. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing as much. No, don't you dare. Nope, 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 nope. Mobs. Pimple. I'll let my allies take care of that. Purple tower, okay, so looking at the status of the tower, I think green is doing fine, orange is fine, purple's fine. The only mistake that I'm aware of with the orange one is that we didn't take care of that pimple in the tower immediately when it did pop up. With the patches usable again. I don't know, right now the big problem is I'm using TMGs that were from the event, which is fine because they do have upgrades. It's just that it doesn't have these certain abilities that I would like. And not only that, it is pretty much, it's not even maxed out yet, so... And I don't think the potential is nice as well because it's conditional, especially since it has to be like a certain element. I don't know why that person's just standing there. I should hug orange just in case if that, like, wall pops up. I'm kind of worried about, like, straying a bit too far off. Should I help out? What is that? What is this thing? What is this thing? Is this a boss? What is this? What is this thing? Someone explain to me what this thing is. I think that's a boss. Is that a boss? That looks like a boss. I think my ally is AFK. Oh shit. It looks like they're AFK. I think my ally is literally AFK. Yeah, this is awkward. This is very awkward. Ow. I saw that too. Oh, fuck! Oh, hell. Alright, so someone's helping me, but yeah, that person that was over there with that yellow thing, they're AFK, so yeah. Okay, that's a new enemy type. I'm curious about that one, but right now I gotta defend my orange. I am literally trying to destroy this guy with like pin needles. Actually, no, wrong move of mine. Oh, it's not a boss, but that thing can solo towers. Noted. Okay, now that person's back. Oracle OG skills. This is not skills, it's just me annoying the enemy. It's like, hey, look, I got like this a bunch of pin needles. I'm gonna just poke you until you just, I don't know, until I get help. Big thing is, once again, just attract the mobs and hope that it plays in your favor. But yeah, no, that thing hurt. Whatever that thing is, Lemire something. Namir? I don't remember what it's called, but I don't like that thing. Do they have a new enemy boss in this mode too? Or is it like a variant of the shooty guy? Kind of want to use the restroom, but at the same time, we're kind of in this... How many waves are there? 6? I'm just hugging orange because I don't trust those walls anymore. The moment I leave, it's like, oh yeah, if there's a wall, it's kind of, annoying. Okay, there's a tower all the way over there. I'll let that person take care of it, and I'll stay here. Crocodile. Oh, hey, look. The moment I decide to walk away, literally a boss. Hi there. No. Back away from the tower, you. Hey, you. Over here. Come over here. Come over here. No, walk, run this way. There we go. Ow! I call BS on that. Wait, where is that direction? Is that up top? Oh god, they're coming around the corner. I did not realize that there was a cave over here. That's actually a cool concept of having the enemies literally come from a cave. What the fuck? I'm guessing that whatever that new enemy is, it's it kind of damaged orange. Wait, what's up with the last wave? I'm kind of concerned now. Enemies coming from up top. I'll back up and let that person take care of that and then deal with these. Oh god, it's this thing. Hi there. Oh, I'm using the wrong move. Did I just cancel myself? The boss more. Oh, the boss really was the one that damaged that orange? Really? Oh. Interesting. I'm guessing if you don't kill it in time, it'll do something. Oh, okay. I like how there's more panels for the tower instead of like the one terminal that you have to like approach in a certain direction. Once this wave ends, I am most likely gonna pick up a bunch of the mates that are left over. I'm guessing there's no other waves coming in. There's 10 seconds left. Alright, I'll take advantage of it. Let me pick up all these mates. I'm gonna need them. And there's no other, like, purple, blue thingy to, like, pick up. Alright, now we got 5,000. Wait, where am I at? I'm not at my orange. Give me back my orange. And knowing me, I'm gonna forget to do this, and like doing this right now should give a heads up to my allies. Wait, how many waves are there? Is there 7 waves? 6? 25? I don't think it's 25 waves. It's 6, okay. So, why does it say final wave? What the fuck is that? Oi, what is that? I was not expecting that sort of enemy. Noted. I'm tempted to use a barrier, but since both of us are here, we'll most likely take care of it ourselves. Okay, it's taken me a while to destroy that, but it's done, and oh god, it's those explosive tower guys. Alright, enemies coming up from that direction. Yeah, nah, exploding bit guys. Nope, you ain't getting past us. I shouldn't approach that. More enemies coming. And more exploding bits. Yeah, so I guess the next character of mine that's gonna try to get a 7-star would be this character. Since I spoiled my ranger a bit. If I'm able to get like a rifle and TMG while I'm farming, great. I'll most likely use those. Actually, I'm debating about it since there might be a higher rarity with the alpha release. Maybe, but it's still gonna be highest rarity and it might take a while. I'll flip a coin on my upgrading bit. There's still 2 minutes. I guess I helped them out with this. I really don't want to leave my spot. Because who knows if the enemy's just gonna pop out of nowhere and just start attacking the... Oh yeah, there it is. I'm gonna go take care of orange. And then now I'm gonna question my damage as I try to destroy this pimple. Poke, 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 poke. Alright, that's taken care of. Green kind of needs, Alright, the boss is down, that's down. Now, I guess I could use the cannon, maybe. I don't like using this floating board. Hate using this cannon. Is there any more enemies? Did I use this too early? Is this it? Is there no more enemies? Did I just activate this and waste this? Did I just waste this? Did I just waste this? Someone explain to me. Like, I feel like there's a bit more waves. I feel like I wasted this. Maybe, I don't know. Really? Really? Is that it? Why is it like... Alright, so... Let me go use the restroom, and I have some opinions about that. And it looks like I didn't get anything good other than the cube thing. Alright, I'm back. So, most likely I'm gonna have to look at my stream again to see what the enemy level was at. I feel like they should have done a bit more with those waves unless, I don't know, we just killed them quickly. But the fact that there wasn't as many enemies after we killed the main boss, I was dumbfounded at that. And unlike Ritum, I feel like Ritum was a bit more difficult because of how they incorporated the... Maybe I was in the right side. They might have had like a enemy with that red thingy that's on them, and that makes it hard to kill them. It might have been with a different tower, but I feel like this... It introduces like that bomb unit, which is nice, and most likely they'll reuse that sort of mob later. But I'm just surprised that it wasn't as difficult, especially after like we took care of the bosses. It's like there's not as many things popping up. Maybe it's because of its randomness as well. The walls that pop up, that's a nice addition to it, but I only saw that kick in like one time, unless it did it for a different tower, but I only saw that pop up once. Yeah, especially since it's the Ritum one. Ritum's now, the rank 4 Ritum is now level 65 as the main requirement in your BP, so. But I'm still surprised that it wasn't that bad to do the Kavaris one. It's only bad if you don't have the amount of people to kind of tackle the stuff, but I don't know, I was just dumbfounded how it wasn't that aggressive. Like with the Ritum one, I feel like back then it was super aggressive because even if you killed a boss, there's a good chunk of enemies that would still spawn in afterwards, especially with that red thing that's on them. But I'm just surprised that Kavaris wasn't that bad. In my opinion, it wasn't that bad, especially with the amount of people and if they know what they're doing. Yeah, so I'll most likely re-watch the stream and stare at like those enemy levels. Obviously, with the update, like these guys aren't that bad, especially if you already have a 7-star and if you're already max level. But still, I was expecting it to be a bit aggressive, like how it was with Ritum. Ritum, once again, like once you kill one of the big bosses, they would put more enemies on the map still. It wasn't a downtime where like nothing would spawn in. And like even when like once you destroy everything too, I think the wave ends from what I remember back in Oracle. And with this, it seems like, yeah, you killed all the mobs and whatnot, and now you got like an X amount of seconds to just collect a bunch of stuff, which is nice, but it doesn't add to the urgency and the difficulty to it, giving that sort of leeway. But once again, this is just me giving my opinion about it. I don't know, I'm just surprised it wasn't that aggressive. I am looking forward to what the rank 4 Ritum is like. Oh, I already filled that up. Fuck. Alright, so quick question, guys. Do I need these silver swords? Because if I don't, I'ma just toss them away. Well, isn't the... Because the big thing is, once you kill the boss and you kill all the mobs, the wave should have ended, but once again, I need to rewatch the stream. I feel like once they killed the boss, it didn't really end the wave, unless they didn't kill it within the time frame. I don't know. Maybe that. I'm just like surprised it was very lax compared to what I remembered with like the Ritum one. Nope. Alright. There we go. I'm just gonna get rid of most of these silver ones then. I'm debating about getting materia storage again. Just because putting a lot of my stuff in my character storage is immediately like filling up the character storage space. Okay, only the 20s and 30s. Figured. Alright, let's go back to trying to max out. Let me just do one scratch pull over here because I still haven't done it. I want to do it before I forget. Now, I will be streaming until I need to eat dinner, and then I will most likely stream again after I'm done with dinner too. So there's gonna be 2 streams today for you guys. Yeah, that's nice, having the plus 20s for silvers and gold swords. Like, I don't feel like the enhancing bit and just having decent gear and upgrading it, it's not that difficult anymore. Now, getting the high, or like min-maxing, like the sort of things that you would want though, that will be costly. But in terms of just getting by in the game and having decent gear, it's not that bad. I don't know how I feel about it being simple, because I get the appeal of it, but at the same time, I miss how difficult it was. And there's still some limitations, especially with the level gap, where even if you were level 50 with the skills that can most likely solo stuff, you need to still be within the level range of the enemy. So if you were trying to fight against a level 60 enemy, you had to be level 56 to actually do damage. I like the fact that in the past with Oracle, you were able to just be very low leveled and you can beat up an enemy that's like thrice the level, thrice your level. I guess I'll go to this block. But only 3 months material storage for 720 SG, 1 month it's not worth it. You're done farming ancients, no luck with the soul forward caps. Yeah, I haven't even paid attention to like all the big dealios with augments and affixes. Rule of thumb is if it's able to give you multiple stats, that's a given, you would want that. But other than that, it's like, it's still based on your skills and knowing how to excel well in your class. The biggest challenge, or the biggest thing to really test out your skills if you do any sort of hard content, try to solo it, and try to do this, and this. For me, personally, the hardest thing is just using the units that I currently have, and just getting by through the hard content, and not dying as much. But that means you need to really master and understand your class. Gun is the one class that I'm already comfortable with, but I still need to fine-tune it and make all these things that I'm doing very natural. Like, just master it even more. Ranger's a bit tricky because of the animation, but if they did balance it out a bit and they did include some things for Ranger, I'll toy around with it. It is possible, it's just that you gotta time it and you gotta practice. Remember more if it's still in episode 1, we haven't gotten Ark's Domina yet.
Success.
Oh gosh, I don't even know all these new names now because it's like, what is Domina? I just remember all the old Oracle names, not all these new ones. It's like, other than the basic ones like power and stamina, all that. It's like, what is this Domina? What is this? I don't know what this is. I haven't memorized them. Well, yeah, I guess memorize them, but yeah. It's not natural to me, for me to just remember all these new augments now. I might get around to it to stare at it and figure out, like, the names, but I still got Oracle stuff in my head. I don't know why I personally went out of my way to hit like a green box. It's like, why did I do that, me? I don't even know. There's still an enemy behind me. Yeah, if I'm able to get a 7-star TMG, that would be nice. I'll definitely upgrade that. I have the resources. I mean, if I continue to farm and level up my characters, I'll be able to use those resources, excuse me, to upgrade the 7-star that I need. Or that I have, if I do get it. I mean, if the 7-stars are, if certain 7-star weapons are like common, you can easily buy it too, when the time comes. I still kind of regret how I spent a bit to get the units that I'm wearing, the 6-star version. Oh, wow, I'll show that later. It looks like we're about to have a burst. Green boxes in Oracle gives you different stuff, and just only one grinder. Yeah, I like the big thing about Oracle and the appeal for it was how it's kind of random with how you do things in there. Like the memorable moments that I remember in there was the stuff that was a bit difficult. Back in Oracle, especially 1 through 3 on JP, it wasn't easy to fight against the enemies. They did put up a fight. And I mean, the same can be said in a certain game mode that you do over here in New Genesis, but... what is it? It's not like... A lot of things in Oracle, you especially in the past, you really had to fight for it. And it was a struggle to just do a lot of things. And I feel like that was why I'm still biased towards Oracle, because it just made, especially during that time, episode 1 through 3, it wasn't easy. The game, I mean, if they did the method that they did later on, like how they do in 5 and 6, it wouldn't have been as bad, but because of how you had to really work for your things, it just added to the factor of struggling. Granted that, once again, it depends on if you like that sort of grind where you struggle to get some basic things. You couldn't easily buy stuff in the market. You couldn't easily level up in the game back then because we didn't have quests that gave you a bunch of XP, like the bonus quests. Like right now, well, with New Genesis, especially during its release, it was a bit of a struggle, but eventually it got to a point where it's not that hard to level up your characters anymore. And I mean, I just started streaming today with New Genesis to level up, and my characters is already almost at 64 and almost at 65. Back then, when you were trying to max out your character, you had to do so, you had to wait for the best quest, the best emergency quest to try to level up. And if you were lucky, a limited quest would help in terms of like speeding up the process of leveling. And that was random, and it was like, yeah, it was random, and if you were lucky, then great. If not, then you had to go do advanced quests and do the methods that people suggest, which were to find a corner, try to make it enclosed, have mobs spawn in at that, try to raise up the PSE level, which is random for it to work, or it's not gonna work. Or if it's gonna pop, or it's not gonna pop. Like, it would be, like, very challenging if five bosses of, like, an elite grade were attacking you right now. Back then, in, like, episode 2, most of my guys that I was partying with in the map that we were running in, and, of course, I would freeze. God damn it. God damn it. Alright, hold up. I'll need to change the screen. Yeah, okay, I'm still talking. Yeah, nah, my game froze. I will... I take it back. I might not be able to stream after... or once I'm done with dinner. I'll sit on that stream that I might do after dinner. I might need to do another file check because that just randomly froze again. God damn. It's always with PSO2 that I get that, like, oh yeah, it doesn't respond sometimes. Actually, what time is it? Yeah, I can stream a bit more. Granted that I get out of this of not responding Delio message. But yeah, it's like leveling isn't that difficult. Like a lot of things in New Genesis just dumbs it down to the point where it's simple. Which, once again, is a good and bad thing. It's good for some people, especially if they're busy or if they want to try out some other games and play with, like, other pals, other circles, and yeah, NGS isn't that strict on that. It's annoying, though, because, well, to me personally, it's like, because of how simple it is, it doesn't push someone to really actively do some things. But once again, this depends because some people might want to just farm casually and then like get off and just play something else and then get back to it when they're in the mood to do it. But personally for me, I like it when you struggle and I like it when it's not as convenient and easy. And I feel like especially with PSO2 was never hard. Like both Oracle and that of New Genesis. Like to make it really difficult, you would need to push yourself and set conditions and kind of place some stuff to make it difficult. The reason why I would do some dumb stuff where I would most likely eat more time instead of actually like breezing through it is because I do want to challenge myself and slowly master some of the things with the game. But that kind of begs the question of like, if the game isn't naturally pushing you to go further, then like you're kind of forcing yourself to make these sort of challenges and do that sort of thing. Yeah, that's what the direction is going for now. Cause in a lot of the players that I knew back then and like before Global PSO2 where well, a lot of the people that I really cherished and played with, especially in episode 1 through 3, they liked that grind. It was kind of intense and hard. But with the generations following after that, it just started to get itself dumbed down. And the big thing is sometimes people accept these change and they're like, yeah, Sega decided to do this. Oh, well, what are we going to do about it? And that kind of what happens with that. That's why I feel like the majority of New Genesis is because a lot of people voice their concerns and opinions, and yes, there's a bunch of videos out there, some well done videos, and I could have actually done the same thing. And most likely I will revisit this sort of topic and do some more criticism and formal videos where I talk about, you know, the stuff that I like, don't like, why I say certain things about New Genesis and all that. In separate videos, in future videos, like the one video I'm working on talking about the story stuff for New Genesis. There's like a bunch of other videos, especially one that I saw recently that was posted in Discord talking about New Genesis and criticizing it. It's like I agree with all these points because it is what it's showing, and it kind of sucks, especially with how people are just becoming complacent and they're not really pushing their boundaries. And I understand why. But at the same time, it's not going to appeal to everyone. And I feel like the big thing is, especially if you want to get people to just be active, even though it is annoying to like do hardcore grinding at times and all that, you have to push for that desire and just kind of get your audience to really do that. And it is a pain in the butt, but that's how you get fans, because some people like that. I mean, you're not going to appeal to everyone. Not everyone's going to be happy with it. And once again, with the direction New Genesis is going for, it is going into that casual route. Now, granted that some people are really pushing their limits. I mean, there's still videos out there where people are trying to just complete certain things under certain time limits, really pushing the boundaries to solo like the purple triggers by themselves. There's an appeal to that, but right now I feel like the general audience is just being very lazy and casual about it, and especially with how the direction that they're going for, like Sega's going for, and whoever's the main honcho is, that's what they're doing. And yes, there's an option to turn on like the hard difficulty stuff, but is the game naturally doing that in a sense? Not really, especially with how you can most likely, once again, go through a lot of the content with the basic equipment. Now, to really excel, increase your chances, do a bunch of crazy stuff, then you might need to do this, this, and this. And hey there, Hissia, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing fine. Especially since I saw that you got COVID, so hopefully you got out of it. But how you doing? Like, the reason why I always kind of go back to Oracle is because it was just... It has that... I wouldn't say it was well polished, but the combat for it, especially later in the episodes and all that, it just started to get very quick and fast, and I like that, especially if it makes me feel like the enemy is able to respond. The big example of me fighting against a certain enemy back in Oracle, Masquerade. Masquerade is so... Like, yes, he's gonna be easy to beat up and fight against in the lower stages, but as you continue to fight against him, he starts to just become a boss. And he's also a good training partner. It just sucks that, once again, like, you don't see that many enemies. I feel like New Genesis will eventually get down to that path because, once again, this is just still the beginning phase. But even then, back then, as Oracle was slowly progressing through its story, through its development, it was able to match the difficulty with the stuff that is being released. And that could be a good and a bad thing. The biggest thing, especially with how episode 1 through 3 was, and I really wish that they didn't speed through Global, because Global didn't really get to experience the same sort of build-up that Japanese PSO2 did, especially with how difficult it was to do things, because you couldn't easily buy stuff. You couldn't easily like cut corners and be like, hey, like, I can easily get this top rarity stuff. You had to farm for that, and the drop rates for some of these items were abysmal. Like, to get a 12 stars were like the highest back in episode 2. They were extremely rare, and even in episode 3, they were so rare to the point where a 13 star was easier to get compared to that of a 12 star, until like they had to change around the drop rates for them. And it's just that like the enemies you fought against too, once again, wait, where the fuck am I? I realized I went here. Am I supposed to be here? I don't know. Is this like a rank 4 area? I guess so. I was not trying to go here. I was trying to go to the other one. I'm doing well. I'm just getting late over here. No, I'll be sleeping soon. Enjoy the stream. Alright, gotcha. Have a good night, Hetsia. And then not only that, what else did you... Oh, you said gaining NGS. Yeah, I was not trying to go to this area, but I guess I'll farm in here for a bit until I need to eat. You personally don't have a complaint with NGS. When I do, it usually gets involved in another patch. Honestly, like, even if I complain, it's like Sega's gonna do whatever. And once again, it's gonna be... I feel like the talks and the debates is gonna most likely be like 70% of people are not gonna really care about it and just shrug their shoulders, or some people will be okay with these certain things, and then like maybe 30% agrees with like some of the harsh criticisms that I might state here and there. But it is what it is, and once again, I'm not ignorant of like why people would say certain things. Like, I get it. Like Sega, the developers pretty much stated that they were trying to get people in a general sense, but I feel like it didn't have like a huge impact compared to like other games out there. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, New Genesis, if we had a
PSE burst.
Like, I get why they might have called it New Genesis, but it still annoys me because if you call something New Genesis, I expect it to be on an epic scale, especially if you are trying to make a huge impact, especially since there's a lot of other games that are MMORPGs out there. Now, I would say in terms of like anime aesthetic visuals and being fast-paced and action-like, yeah, PS2 is gonna be on that certain list, and I'm not gonna deny that. But in terms of it being really good, where you have to play it, that is very debatable because there's other factors into an MMORPG: the story, the interaction, the development, the actual like snippets and other things that might make you want to stay in the game, how they executed the presentation. Like those things, it's like I'm gonna have to ask a bunch of questions to see if you like this sort of dealio or whatnot. Like, I tried to get one of my pals to play Oracle in the past, and the reason why they didn't like it was how it wasn't really an open world. My pal liked the open world aspect where you can get lost in the giant world that is that certain MMORPG game, which is why they like Terra a lot more in some other games. I think Terra was the only one that I remember them playing actively. Oh, and also RuneScape as well, but... And it kind of was... Wait, to do... I still never got that gun slash gauntlet. Oh yeah, that gauntlet. There is a camo for that. I have not got that. I did use the actual weapon to make it into a weapon, or what? I did a weapon transmit, whatever you call it. But yeah. And the biggest problem too is like if you want to revisit old content, you can. It's just that will it really carry over into New Genesis? And I feel like that aspect kind of is a slap across the face to a lot of old players in a way, but I mean, I get why they did that sort of approach to make a even playing field, but at the same time, I feel like, I don't know. It feels like I wasted a lot of like the things that I've done in Oracle, especially with how the characters that you develop, there's no plus side to it. But once again, I understand why they did that sort of thing, especially with how it could create a good chunk of issues. But still, it's like now my characters are just storage spaces. I mean, if you really love your characters, you get to spoil them regardless and try to incorporate them, use them, level them up, etc. But if you don't, then it's like, it's whatever. I mean, back, like, there's an MMORPG that I used to play, which was Dungeon Fighter Online, and it promoted the need to make so many different characters because, especially with how the class system works, it's like, you can only make, what is it, one character can go down a certain path, and once they do, it's, like, hard to revert it back, so pretty much, like, that character is that certain class, whatever branch you go out to. But the flip side is that like you can easily make a different character, and if you really wanted to try out that different class, then that character can be used for that purpose. And it is a bit tedious and grind heavy, but it just promoted the need to make a bunch of characters. Now with new, like in Oracle, like yeah, if you have a bunch of characters, there's plus sides to it, but did you really need that? No, because there was like, if you had a single character, the maintenance wasn't that high, and like you could do other ways to farm and get a bunch of money instead of using the fixed method. It's just that the fixed methods were nice, and by fixed methods, I'm referring to just farming a bunch of the stuff that's in-game that gave you a guaranteed on the meseta that you're gonna get. But then there's the, what is it? Like if you have a single character, it's like, yeah, they can't do those fixed methods, but if they farm a lot, they can easily get a bunch of money, and the maintenance isn't going to be all over the place because you don't need to spend as much. Granted that it depends on if you make multiple sets because you're playing all of the classes on your one character and some other things. Ripping transmog, okay. But it just sucks that like almost all my characters now, like there's no need for me to try to go crazy with them. But once again, if you really like your characters, then you can try to level them all up and make them separate classes over here. But what's the other incentive behind it? Like the biggest thing is, for me, is that if you want me to do something, like I like to have options, incentives, benefits for doing it. Because I don't want to waste my time just doing something. Now, granted that I could, because, you know, like, it's ultimately my choice if I want to just go down this path. For example, if I want to make a challenge where I'm just using like low-end equipment to finish like a cocoon, I could do that. But yes, in a how did Scar call it? Time DPS. Like I'm actually eating up a lot of time just by doing that, by not using the max sort of equipment that I could go for, and just like putting it a struggle and a challenge to do this cocoon. If I use like a 1-star weapon and try to go through like a level 60 cocoon as a level 60, then yeah, it's gonna most likely take twice the amount to actually go through said content, but that's my choice. But behind that, you could say, what's the incentive behind that, other than like you challenging yourself and doing a bunch of things? Why am I fighting them by myself? I should be with everyone else. Time DPS is life. Now, yes, I could do like hard content, for example, but will that hard content be able to give me... Wait, where's everyone? Why is everyone over in that direction? Let me actually go to the other region instead. Like, I could do hard content, but why would I want to do it? To point at Oracle, for example, the 4-man Primordial Darkness run. That one had huge incentives because it literally gave you endgame stuff. And that's a giant plus, because if you don't want to actually go through the usual farming methods to manually make it, then you got, the manual method to do that, then you got an RNG chance of getting like the in-game equipment. Granted that you have to get through it. Now, you could get carried, or you could find good people to get through that content, but there's an incentive behind it. I mean, there's a good chunk of that with New Genesis, but it is still RNG based, and it's a high RNG. For example, if you do like the purple triggers, I think some people mentioned how you can get like those motions, and they can cost a lot, but it's still RNG chance if you get those certain items. I mean, if it's a high RNG chance, then great, but I don't think it is high, because if it is, then everyone will be like a millionaire, or at least get a good chunk of money.
PSE burst.
How close are these enemies?
Success.
Like back then, especially if you were farming in the moment back in Oracle in episode 1 through 3, you didn't really need to go for the highest of equipment, but even if you want to try to get it, you have to work for it. And that had a long period before like episode 4 came around, and then it made like getting a 13-star easy. But if you really wanted like the best equipment, you really had to farm for it, and it was a struggle, which once again, it depends on your appeal if you like that sort of approach or not. It's not high at all. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. And especially with how the pacing is, with like trying to min-max, I mean, it's a good period of time, I think. Like 1 to 4 months before they will most likely change it, which gives you ample amount, especially if you're active, it gives you ample amount of time to restock on the materials that you have. And I mean, you can even get a surplus if you're active. I mean, it's not a hard, like, PSO2 isn't hard. Like, the only reason why certain moments and times it was difficult is because of the approach. I would say,
PSE climax.
like, Oracle was a bit difficult, especially if you played during episode 1 through 3, because you couldn't buy weapons units off of the market. Like, yes, you could, but there's conditionals to it. You had to trade in weapons to actually have a pass, which allows you to get the specific thing you need from the market, and you also need to have premium for that. And it wasn't easy to get premium because it was behind, what is it? It was behind PSO2 ES, and then web money, and then like foreign means to try to get that sort of cash money and the option to get these perks and benefits. The drop rate for the equipment too were kind of difficult and abysmal. The way to grind your weapons were a pain in the butt, especially with old type grinding. If you haven't seen my video that I just released talking about it, it was a pain because it did consume a good chunk of money. Affixing, if you knew the stuff, you knew how to use like the NPC, the unit NPC, you could easily get like decent augments and affixes through those means, but it wasn't as big of a fact. People weren't aware of it, I guess, because that's how like a lot of people that went into the affix market got a bunch of money, because they knew that you could use the NPC unit shop and build the augments and affixes to the grade that people wanted. Granted that if there's a huge surplus of supply, the cost is gonna get decreased, so it was a struggle to keep the price at its fixed cost. What else was difficult back then? Like, you didn't have as many resets for a bunch of items. You couldn't easily reset your mag. In terms of like the skill reset pass too, it wasn't as abundant back then. So there was like, in the fixed ways to get money wasn't as much. The ways to level up wasn't, there weren't as many ways to level up, unlike that of like later in Oracle with episode 4 and onwards, along with that of like how New Genesis isn't that bad with all of the quests and tasks, and like the fact that it's not gonna take you hours on end to get to a level like 75. But once again, even with all those conditionals of like it just being difficult because of the accessibility and it not being as well tuned as it is compared to like the finished Oracle and then that of New Genesis, the game wasn't hard. You don't miss in the slightest. The only thing that I miss, like if I had to be honest, like if they did a hybrid of what, like if you're able to reuse your equipment and then just upgrade the augmented abilities, like how you get grade 1 to 2 to 3 and not like just completely waste the thing that you finish, then I wouldn't mind that. I don't mind it. I don't really care much about the pills. It's convenient because, you know, it's not going to eat up a lot of your storage, and it's not a headache to look at all like the things that you have and then figure out what you want. The sheer fact that you could keep abilities as well and not like go through the hassle of
PSE climax.
rewriting things, or like having to get a bunch of stuff again to just make sure that the abilities stay on your equipment, that's nice. But the fact that you can't really, you know, you can't use the stuff that you already made, you can't upgrade it from grade 3 to 4 and all that, that's the only thing that I dislike. Like, everything else I get why people wipe it. It's not as annoying to store it in. It's not as annoying to, like, you know, make sure that you keep these certain abilities. You don't need to reuse items to keep, like, that power 3 that you have. You can choose that as an option, and it's a guarantee that it stays on there as long as you select it. Like, those things I get. The only thing I wish they did is allow you to actually get from grade 1 to 2 to 3 and all that, and allow you to use your old gear and just carry that, or the old augments and abilities that you have on an old gear and transfer it over. If they have an SAF sort of function, no, wait, is it? No, if they have, not SAF, what is it called? The ability transfer function like they did, I'll shut up about like my issues with like augments and affixing from here on out. But they don't have that yet, so I'll always bring that up. Because it'll be nice if you just like transfer the abilities that is a pain in the butt to like get, and just easily slap it onto your new equipment. If they have that, great. If not, then fine. No, I'll still complain. I got a feeling they might add that function in due time, though. And yeah, you can also counteract it and say that what is it? As the game progresses, it's just gonna be easier to get some of these certain abilities. Like grade 4 might be difficult to get right now, but maybe later on they'll make it as a common drop. Give it like maybe an episode or two. I don't know, the augmented fixing isn't just... It's not as appealing anymore to me. I did like to struggle, but ultimately, augmented fixing, it boils down to just gambling and knowing what you're doing and accepting said gamble. Bro, Mastery 4 is like 20 mil plus for guaranteed odds per piece. And also, it's not 100% guaranteed unless you use like certain, Actually, what's the max percent for a grade 4? Is it like 80 or is it like 85, 90? What is it? And hey there, Rez. How you doing? Rez. Where am I going? I don't know. I should go to that trial.
Trial start.
No one? It was cool. Wait, what was it? It was cool to mix augments and find another augment. I hope that comes back though. Oh, that. Yeah, so that combination sort of thing. I feel like they might add that later as well. Because right now, I mean, they're already kind of doing that. But it's interesting to see maybe a bit more of those sort of things. But I mean, there's no point for me to make a bunch of videos talking about augments and the fixes anymore. There's no like need to make a session where I just break it down. It's really simple. Just farm for the capsules, and then if you do want a certain hybrid, see if the shop pretty much has that hybrid ability that you're looking for, and then try to stack it to the highest percentage so you can easily get that ability. The only sucky part about it is just that, once again, the abilities don't really transfer over once you have to move, or once you have to retune, reaffix re-augment your new equipment. Yeah, that's a thing too. I kind of figured, especially with how... Well, what is the grade 4 max percent anyways? I'm just curious about that. Cause yeah, I would rather gamble. Especially if there's like a 50-50, I would gamble on that. But then again, it depends too, because it depends on how active you're farming and how easy it is to obtain these, or if you're really lucky with RNG, then like great, if you can get a bunch of them easily and you can get the highest percentage plus on you. I don't think I would have the tolerance to do mindless farming on here though, because jeez. Some of the new methods I saw, or the approaches to farming now, it's like, oh, alright, you want a good chunk of people, then you just turn, exterminatus the entire area. 80%? If you have a 20%, that's agreeable, but then the question is, like, do you really want to do that? Like, you could get a lot from one capsule. Like, one grade 4 capsules, it could be a lot, depending on your market. And yeah, and if you do sell one... So yeah, if you have like 3 of those... Is it 3 or no? 10 is the max to try to get to that. So I'm guessing that each one is 8%. If you're able to just have a fair amount of capsules where you could have a 50%, then you can sell the rest to earn some profit, especially if it is high. But it depends on what you're trying to do too, and how many you need to gamble, and how many pieces you want with grade 4.
Trial start.
The one collapso is a lot more forgiving than Oracle. I guess it just overall ultimately depends on like how you view it, because like some people may not care, some people might care, and it depends on whatever your goal is. Like you're gonna do whatever you need to do to get whatever piece you want, or if you don't really care about like the high abilities and want to make a profit, then there's that route too. And in terms of sacrificing said stuff, I guess once again it depends on how you feel, because yeah, you could gamble like one item compared to that of like Oracle. And then it does boil down to like how easy it is for you to acquire it, and if you think that's a loss, or if it's or you don't care. So it depends on your tolerance and your viewpoint in terms of like that particular case. Cause how easy was it to acquire to get that capsule in or said item? In Oracle, it might have been a struggle, especially in the beginning, but once again, it depends on the ability and what you're trying to do. If you were trying to get like the minimal stuff, you could easily use the NPC market back then to get those items. Now, if it was like something high-end, then I can agree to why it would be painful, but it depends on the RNG behind it. And I would say the same case with the capsule, because if the capsule wasn't that bad, then like it's kind of like you don't care if you gamble and you lose, especially if you gamble with one, and if it succeeds, great. If it not, then like so be it. Now, the big thing is I'm looking at, especially if I am most likely still going to be playing this game, is if I will try to go for Great 4 abilities. I guess it might get to that point if I really need it, or if I do actively farm enough to the point where I'm alright with gambling with said stuff. But anyways, with this stream alone, we did hit level 65 with this character. Oh, okay. So, yeah. I do understand that one. That one, okay, I do concede to that point, Kun, because farming for returners, without that extreme quest, farming for returners was the most dreadful ability to really get as a min-maxer back then. And I do not blame people who hated that ability. I was one of those people that hated it, because I did want all-rounder stuff, but I was not... I did not want to deal with that ability, especially with how Abductions was. Abduction was so stupid in terms of how they programmed it, and how you had to just do so many conditional things. Granted that I feel like it might not have been a big deal, but it's still RNG chance to get abducted. That was hell. But yeah, it ultimately, like, for me, in terms of looking at it, I guess I'm pretty neutral with it now, because it just depends on, like, you don't need the best augments and abilities. If you have the skills and whatnot, the right equipment with the right potential, and then the augments, that's a plus. In terms of just getting through the game. And in terms of the augment affix system, it is what it is now. I wish that I could toy around with it a bit more, but it's simplified to the point where you don't even need a lot of tutorials. And if they do add the ability to just ability transfer, like how you did back in Oracle, so you don't waste some of the high-end stuff you have like on a 5-star weapon, and then you could transfer it over to a 7-star, then that's a huge plus, and that would resolve my arguments about like how you did so much work on this old piece of equipment and you can't really transfer it. So yeah, I'm not the only thing I'm butthurt with Augment Fix is that you can't really do any excellent stuff with it. It is very straightforward. You messed it up once again. I'm gonna ask like what you didn't understand and how you kind of messed it up. I should have put those gold swords into storage. The RNG was annoying. My friends to the point they left me to. Yeah, no, like in the past, I did have a few friends that were farming for it because it was mad money, but I just couldn't sit behind it, and I just started to hate it, especially since it was literally random chance. And there was one day where I literally spent 5 hours farming on like time attacks on like the highest difficulty, and we had one abduction. It was either somewhere between 2 to 5 hours. I was not happy after that because I literally wasted that time when I could have farmed for a different ability and got a good chunk of money off of it. No. Like, I understand, especially with that aspect of returner farming. Yeah, screw that. Nah. Like, the only cheap way to go around that was if you were lucky enough to buy a bunch of returner ones from the NPC unit shop. If you were there during that time and you got those abilities, that saved a tremendous amount of time, so you didn't really need to actually farm for returners. You could just build up from returner ones all the way up to like the certain ability. But anything else, like there were alternatives to getting money. It was like the second best alternative was like Extreme Quest. And one of my pals pointed out like the weapons would sell a lot. Or if you had a good chunk of weapons, it will stack to the point where you can sell a lot. But sadly, I was more in tuned with unit augment farming compared to that of weapons. And most of the times when I tried to specifically farm for weapons, it didn't go out well because half of the time I did not get the certain I did not get augments and abilities with like I did not get the ideal augments and abilities on weapons. I just had bad RNG with that. But yeah, I'm pretty much neutral with the augment fix system over here. Once again, the big thing about it now is that it's not as complicated. Kind of miss having a breakdown on augmenting and then fixing and all that, but it is what it is. Oh, I thought I put that weapon camo. Like, it's getting to a point with me and New Genesis where it's like, it's just there. I wish it was a bit difficult, but I mean, the direction that SEGA and the higher-ups want to go for, they gotta go for this direction. They might change it later, because especially if you played on JP, you definitely, if you've been like active throughout most of Oracle on JP, you saw how the desires and the actual mindset of the game shifted between each one of them. Episode 1 to 3 had like a very certain mindset and mentality. Episode 4 came out, then people had mixed opinions about how like it started to get easy. And then the same could be said with episode 5 and how they started to change quality of life stuff, which would have been nice if it was a thing back then. Especially with the cosmetics and account locking. I had 3 to 4 of my characters buy one of the same items back then, and I got annoyed with how account locking was a thing. Thanks for the stream, gotta go sleep. Alright, thanks Bitsujin. I'll see you around. So there's that sort of thing, and it might kick in over with New Genesis where episode 1 might be a certain direction, a certain mindset, and then it might change maybe the next episode. I don't know. Right now, especially with how it's presenting itself. It's just revamping, upgrading the stuff that was in Oracle. Oh dang, I'm already level 61. And it hasn't done anything new in Grand. Like, there's a video that I have saved up that kind of talks about why I don't like the title of New Genesis. Specifically to the title and why that kind of influences my dislike. If they named this game anything else, like not New Genesis, like I think I would have been alright with the... I would have been a bit neutral, but with the title that they went for, it annoys me. Where's the weak bullet? Oh my god, am I missing with my weak bullets? I think I am. There we go. Let me back up. Am I not hitting you? Am I too far away? Or too close? Okay, yeah, I was too close. I hate how I have to gauge that distance. Sometimes I think I got the right distance and it's great, and then sometimes I think I'm right, but then I don't see any damage and it's like, oh, I had to go a bit closer or farther away. I do want to try some solo content with Ranger though and see if they did change up some of the stuff for Ranger. If they did rebalance it. Like, I do like the thing about Ranger is that I do like that multi weak bullet option.
Trial start.
No, I should actually hit all of these. Oh, that one's not dead yet. Hold up. Let me just shoot. What the heck am I shooting at? I shot at the... Stop aiming at the rock bear. I love how I aimed at it. It aimed at it, but I was not trying to shoot at it.
Success.
Let me fix that weak bullet. Oh, someone corrected it, or did I correct it? I don't remember. Oh wait, my weak bullet's not up.
Success.
Which direction? Right. So yeah, after dinner, I might... Well, one, I had to do a file check most likely while I'm eating because of how I froze up. But I'll see if I can try to stream a bit as well for nighttime. And then I also need to try to figure out what was like the beginning part of New Genesis, because I'm trying to remember what exactly happened with Aliotown, and I'll talk with Ina's dad and how stuff played out. I'm trying to remember too, like, what was my excuse of not interacting as much. Did I really have amnesia? The new camera settings? What camera settings? No, I have not. This is new to me. Custom light? Is it the custom light setting? Well, no, I don't think it's custom light. Is it locked behind it, premium? I'm actually getting hungry. Wait, what time is it? 7. Okay, let me think. I'll farm a bit more. I think I'll see if we can get a PSE burst, and then once we get a PSE burst, I'll end the stream there and then make another one later. Granted that I can complete said file check within the timestamp. I should burn up all this PP. No, don't do that. And then I should shoot the weak bullet again to refresh it, and that weak bullet is in a bad spot. Someone please correct my weak bullet. This is a mistake. I always get annoyed when, like, I just fuck up on those. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I corrected my weak bullet. There. I get annoyed if I put the weak bullet wrong when I'm aiming at a certain spot. It's like, I know I could have shot at the correct spot. And I forgot to just make sure to keep tabs on that. Great. Now it's not purple. Wait, where are we going?
Success.
Here. Wait, there's nothing here. Actually, there's a bunch of stuff over there. But yeah, most of this week, once again, I will be streaming PSO2 New Genesis stuff just because I'm trying to also promote the fashion screenshot contest. If you do want to submit your character, look in the description for the video, and there's also a link to the Discord. If the Discord link is not working, let me know, and I'll personally send you a Discord link. Note that you can only put one character, but if there is not a lot of submittals, then I will allow other people to put in their stuff. Or like multiple characters. Just let me know once again which one's the main one that you want to put into the contest.
PSE burst.
Alright, time for me to use like a bunch of weak bullets.
Success.
The camera's setting for lock-on system settings. Oh, really? Wait. Huh. I'll have to bother you a bit more about that. So wait, is it in the options? That's new to me. What does it exactly do? Just change the way you're looking at stuff, or... Actually, I should look at bump 2 for like some of the heads up of quality life changes. Firing weak bullets. I don't think I need to, but I mean, it makes it easier to kill half of these mobs, and it just indicates, hey, look, guys, shoot at these things. It's like, there's a red target. You should definitely aim in this direction. Every time there's a burst, I just like go hand with like the weak bullets. You get a weak bullet, you get a weak bullet, you get a weak bullet. And I'm out of PP. You get a weak bullet. Wait, did you just block all of my shotgun rounds? And I just like blasted like the same enemy with the same sort of weak bullets.
PSE climax.
Oh, I see. I actually need to get a launcher too. I just remembered that I haven't really played around with launcher. I like playing around with launcher when I'm on Ranger, but I remember it. I don't have a launcher weapon. Which direction is that? I'm trying to keep... Nope. Give me that. Yeah, I got a feeling that by the end of today, I might actually get this character to 65 too. Alright, let me just slap on a weak bullet again, toss a grenade up there, just continue using this. We just broke that part, slap a weak bullet. I don't know where that weak bullet went. There we go. Slap a weak bullet on that, and it's gonna do that. Use the wrong action. And then now that is exposed. If I can aim at you, there we go. I feel like that wasn't a good way to aim for that weak weak spot because of how its head's literally covering that area. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna end the stream here and actually go eat dinner. So let me just go to the city. What the heck? I cannot understand what that that states. I think the first part is saying hello. And then maybe the second part is asking how are you. But anyways, I am ending the stream, so thank you guys for watching. Looking at my old intros and outros and like my BRB screen for this, I'm gonna have to update that. So it might take some time for me to re-stream, especially after dinner. One, I had to do a file check, so that might take maybe an hour. And then secondly, after I'm done with that, I might do like quick recordings so I can actually change some of these outros. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Once again, most of this week, I'm gonna try to release like, either I'm gonna be streaming PSO2 New Genesis or that of Oracle, and then I will release either a video talking about something of New Genesis or Oracle, and then that of Rimworld. But thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one, or you might see me again in a few hours, but thank you guys. I'll see you around. Peace. Also, I'll make sure to have my face camera up and running as well. Cue my outro.